Hey guys, Sense here. In today's video I want to teach you how to counter Blight. Blight is an S tier killer because he combines insane mobility with good anti-loop. He also has very powerful add-ons that can really amplify his power level. How to counter him really depends on the skill and playstyle of the Blight. I want to give you tips on how to survive long and chase, what add-ons to look out for, and which Blight tech you need to know to counter him. I hope you enjoy. Blight's ability allows him to rush 5 times. In his rush he moves twice as fast, but has restricted turning. To chain the rushes he has to bump into objects, and he can only injure survivors after bumping once. First I want to give you some tips to help you in chase. Blight recharges 1 rush stack every 2 seconds. Counting his rushes to know how many he has left can tell you how many corners he can still turn and when he's gonna be able to rush again after going into cooldown. It is generally a good idea to go for distance until Blight uses his rushes. At that point it's time to take advantage of his weak turning. Most bigger rock or debris piles can work as cover, but they have to be big enough so you can't just lunge around them. If you want to loop any pallet, you always want to check if the Blight can use his rushes around the loop. Any rock, tree, hook or even gen nearby changes how the loop plays out. If there are objects all around the loop, chances are the Blight can stop survivors from looping a pallet by rushing around it. Let's use this loop as an example. I've highlighted everything that the Blight can use for bump logic to get around the loop. There is a lot of stuff around the wall loop that can help him bounce around it. If the Blight is decent, you will almost always get hit trying to loop this. Look at the objects surrounding the loop to see what the Blight has to work with. Waiting at corners and letting Blight rush past you is very confusing for the Blight and can make him lose you or waste a lot of rushes. If you cannot dodge the rush anymore, faking to move one way and then going into the other direction is a good way to make a Blight miss. This is especially strong at corners. You can pretend to go tight and then go wide in the last moment. If Blight goes close enough to a wall while looking up or down, he can slide alongside it. This is called hack tacking. Very powerful on a lot of pallets, but a bit predictable for the survivor as he can see the Blight moving towards the wall and looking up or down. As a survivor I would recommend breaking away from the loop, since Blight has to look up or down and he will not see you do this, and he will probably swing into nothing. If you do not have vision on the Blight, you can still kind of predict him setting up a hack tag, as it takes around 2 seconds to get close enough to the wall after bumping. Playing around hack tagging properly is key to outplaying a Blight, as it is very common. It is possible to block Blight from colliding with corners or trees, since he slides off survivors. This only works on the first rush, since he can only attack after bumping once. The most notable spot to do this on is the shack corner at the door. I want to quickly go over add-ons you will commonly see Blight's use and how they change his counterplay. Blighted Rat and Crow make his consecutive rushes a lot faster and make it easier for him to catch you off guard with his pure speed. Alchemist Ring, one of the most popular Blight add-ons. He instantly replenishes all of his tokens on a successful rush attack. If you are unsure of the add-ons the Blight has, I would always expect the Blight to rush again after the first hit. Most Blight players just instantly rush again, disregarding if the survivor is in a good spot or not. Being dead zones against this add-on is very risky. It's very easy to get hit twice in a matter of seconds. With Compound 21, Blight can see you through walls after bumping close to you. There is no obvious tell that this add-on is in play, but as an experienced player, I can tell when someone directly reacts to my movement versus taking educated guesses. If a Blight always predicts your movement perfectly, chances are this add-on is in play and he can actually see you. Adrenaline Vial lets Blight recharge his rushes a lot quicker, makes him faster and gives him 7 rushes, for the price of worse turning. This is a very strong add-on. Try to abuse his worse turning ability and beware of his fast recharge rate. Let's talk about structures that will play out differently from other killers, namely short wall jungle gyms and TL walls, where the default play will probably get you hit and downed. On short wall jungle gyms, taking the vault like you would do against other killers will give the Blight a free hit, since he can bounce off the back wall behind the vault and hit you. I would either instantly vault back or ignore the vault entirely and play the pallet. On TL walls, if you run past the T to the L, the Blight can just bounce off the locker wall and hit you no matter what. I would recommend camping the T wall corner or vaulting it. Going to the L is generally not a good idea. Guys, I hope you learned something today. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments. I will try to look and answer to the best of my ability. Do you like this kind of content and want more of it? Consider leaving a like, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.